My name is Ines and I am part of the CLA social media team. Our team is extremely excited to be bringing you this workshop on social media branding. We think this is a skill that everyone should have, especially with the growth of technology. Times are changing and moving forward, and I think it's important that we keep up to date with it. During our presentation, we will help you discover why personal branding is important, finding your voice, how to utilize the best free apps, reaching your audience, and professionalism in social media. As we can see from this chart, social media has grown a lot. This chart goes up to 2019, but as we all know right now, times are pretty crazy and there has never been a greater use of social media than right now. According to a 2018 Career Builder survey, 70% of employers use social media to seek out candidates.
So in developing your brand, it's very important to take an account of what your brand image will be. Your brand image consists of the kind of clothes that you wear, the color palette that you choose, and how you communicate with your audience. These are just some of the things that make a brand image. And so here we have an example of an individual's mood board, and this is the image that they want to portray. So we have their color palette here, we have their clothing choices and also automobile choices. We have an inspirational quote that they have chosen that pertains to them. And so this is the image that they want to portray to their audience. And this is important because it lets people know who you are and the kind of content that they can expect from you. When looking at possible employees, bosses or hiring managers can look at your social media and get a glimpse of who you are as a person and what you could possibly bring to their company. And so when creating your own content for your social media, it's also important to take an account of who your target audience is. So your target audience is who you want to see your content and who do you want to engage with when posting your content. So if we were to take it from a fashion industry perspective, who would you want to see your fashion inspiration or own collection? Would it be from 20 to 30-year-olds, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, and so on and so on? And going further, do you want people who are more city life or who are more rural or suburban? These are kind of things that you need to take account of when looking at your target audience. In addition, you have to look at your why. Why are you taking this step to brand yourself on social media? And this is an introspective kind of thing that you have to look at and see, what kind of beliefs, what kind of values do you want your brand to have? And so we have an example from Google, and it says to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. So this is a succinct personal mission statement that summarizes what Google hopes to do with their product and with their community. So here we have more examples of brands. So first we have Sophia Kom. She was one of the CLA social media managers in the fall semester. And I put her here because she's very consistent in her tone and voice when she is posting her content. And as we stated earlier, this is very important because it is the way that we communicate and engage with our followers. She has also implemented Instagram stories right here that give insight on her personality and her lifestyle. Next, we have Bon Appetit. It's a New York-based food magazine. And I put them here because they did an amazing job diversifying their content, which has allowed them to gain more followers while not losing sight of who their target audience is. And so what I mean by this is that they have mini series with different chefs that have brought in different demographics, whether it's people who are in college or into teen years or who are older, while still maintaining true to the content that their base followers are expecting, which is food. So that's the reason why I put them there. Also, we have Leo Croissant. I put him here because he's very consistent with his color grading with his photos. As you can tell from his photos, they very much maximize and optimize on the blue to orange brownish color range. And as we said earlier, consistency is key when looking at to brand yourself for social media. In addition, he implemented social media stories that showcase his lifestyle, his personality, and also in his bio it shows who he is, what he does, and more. Lastly, we have Adam Ray OK. He is a TikTok and Twitter personality, and I put him here because he is a personality. He has branded himself to be this character that he has created for himself. And if you don't know, he is most popular for his Rosa skits that he puts on. And due to that, he has optimized on who his target audience is, the kind of voice that he wants to portray, and the content that he wants to show his audience. And by doing so, he's been able to be very popular and gain access to deals with celebrities and so on. So I know I've said this word a lot, but it is very important when it comes to social media branding. You have to be consistent. And by this, I mean that you have to post at least 3 to 4 times a week. But you should also diversify your content. Put some videos, put some stories, do a poll, go live. This way that your audience doesn't get tired of seeing the same stuff over and over, that it's still fresh and new for them. Also, it is important to spread your content throughout the week. Here in this image, we have a content calendar. So it says for this day, this will be posted. On this day, this will be posted. And at this time on this day, this will be posted. This is easier for you so that when you schedule your post, you aren't caught off guard or you aren't scrambling to put something up. In addition, you should use the same name across your platforms. This way it does not confuse your followers. You will always be so-and-so on every platform. If that is not possible, at least try to keep it similar. That way it's not hard for them to follow you on your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, your LinkedIn, whatever it may be. Make sure that your name is consistent. When branding yourself on social media, it's important to take an account of what your niche will be and your theme. And your niche is basically what category or industry that you want to tap into, whether it be the business, the tech, or the medical field. It is all dependent on what your theme will be because that will determine the content that you post. And so you can look at pages that inspire you or even create your own mood board. When creating your own mood board and your theme, it's important to take an account of your authentic personality while still being professional. Remember that your audience is also hiring managers and possible bosses that will be looking at your social media to find out whether they think you would be a good fit for their company. And as I've stated earlier, consistency in your voice, your filters, your aesthetic qualities, all of it. This way there's no confusion on your brand image and the perceptions that people will have of you. In addition, bios are important. As I stated earlier, bios can offer information on who you are, what you do, more information on your personality. So here are best free apps that we utilize as CLA social media managers. First, we have Visco. It offers filters and editing features within an app, and you can also create your own presets. We don't have it stated on this presentation, but we also use the Instagram's filters and editing features as well. In addition, we use Unum. It's an app that offers a grid layout, which helps you conceptualize your Instagram feed and plan upcoming content. So you can also put in videos or photos next to each other, and it'll show you how those items will clash against each other or how they will complement each other on your feed. In addition, we have Adobe Creative Cloud. It's not free, but for the pricing that we get as CSULB students, I feel like it's basically free. So what the pricing is $20 to all the Adobe Creative Cloud apps, and that's priced for the whole year. So $20 for the whole year to get Premiere Pro, Photoshop, Lightroom, After Effects, all of it. And so what we do with that is we'll sometimes Photoshop pictures, edit our videos, and color grade and edit pictures as well. So it's pretty universal in its application, and I highly recommend getting Adobe Creative Cloud.
And now we're briefly going to be going over the different tools that you'll acquire from using a business or a creator profile in comparison to a personal profile. And by tools, you guessed right, I'm talking about analytics. So let's first start off with Instagram. Why is it so important to use Instagram analytics? Well, for starters, Instagram gives you an insight as to who is viewing your post, stories, promotions, as well as how many impressions and profile visits you've received within the last 7 days. What's even better is that Instagram likes to take their analytics a step further, past just the numbers, by letting account owners see what percentage of their followers are male and female, what age range their followers lie on, the top 5 cities and countries their followers are from, and possibly the most important, what days and times your followers are most active on Instagram. Now, I stress the last one because it can help you decide when is the best time to release content that you curated for your followers. So for this slide, I've created it to help anyone who's watching this video determine what type of Instagram account they want to have, whether it's business, creator, or personal profile. Now, just a side note from personal use, I know that if you're trying to access all the analytic tools I've mentioned in the previous slide, you have to either have a business or a creator profile. Business profile is for realtors, local businesses, brands, organizations, products, and services, while a creator account is best used for content producers, public profiles, artists, and much more. So go ahead, pause the slide, and determine what Instagram profile best suits you. Now, if you want to switch to a business or a creator profile, here's how you're going to do it. Before I start, I just want to say that I highly recommend switching to one of the two if you're looking to expand your network and attract a greater audience. So here's the steps. First, log into your Instagram account, and at the top left, look for the hamburger icon. Once it's clicked, scroll to the bottom until you hit Settings. From there, click Account, and then press Switch to Professional Account. From here on out, you can maneuver through the steps yourself to create a personalized creator or business profile. Now that we have Instagram out of the way, let's start talking about Twitter. So, why do we need Twitter analytics? Well, first off, you're going to want analytics for this platform so you can see how people are engaging with your tweets in real time. If you're trying to expand your social media presence, you're going to want to know who your audience is and who's engaging with your content. Although Twitter analytics aren't as extensive as Instagram or Facebook, it does give you important information such as a detailed list of likes, follows, clicks received, replies, and a total number of retweets for each individual tweet. So, how do you view your Twitter analytics? Let's get started on this. First, search analytics.twitter.com in your search engine. Once you get there, log in with your Twitter username and password to turn on analytics. Just a quick side note, make sure you have the latest version of Twitter installed, so if you're ever running into difficulty while doing this, you just make sure that your app is updated. Okay, so for the desktop version, Click on the individual tweet and you'll be able to view your device from there. So, how do you view your Twitter analytics? To start off, search analytics.twitter.com in your search engine. Once you get to the page, log in with your username and password to turn on analytics. Just a quick side note, make sure you have the latest version of Twitter installed. So if you're ever running into difficulty while doing this, make sure the app is updated. For the desktop version, click on the individual tweet and you should be able to view your analytics from there. They should just pop up. For mobile, however, you're going to need to click on the analytics icon that is visible in each individual tweet that you click on. It should look like a mini bar graph. Boom. Now you've learned how to access Twitter analytics. Simple, yet very much effective. Now let's move to the platform that probably has the most advanced and detailed analytics amongst all social media platforms. You'll all probably agree with me on this one, Facebook. Facebook users can use insights to understand how people are engaging with their page, view metrics about page performance, learn about which posts have the most engagement, and to see when your audience is on Facebook. Facebook Insights also provides page performance, demographic data, and a detailed overview as to how people are responding to your posts. Now, because Facebook Insights is so advanced and fluid, I found the perfect video to help Facebook users understand how to navigate the waters of Facebook Audience Insights. So let's take a look. Go ahead and click on the play button and it should lead you to a YouTube video. Assuming that you've already watched it, I guess you guys can see how that Facebook Audience Insights is very complex. But this can be extremely helpful for learning how to tailor content to a certain audience and to see what content is working and what's not. Since you all are now educated and pros in understanding how to use analytics on all social media platforms, I just want to touch upon how you can tailor your content to the best of your capability to reach your target audience. Luckily for you, I've provided 5 simple steps. The first one is to ask yourself, who is your existing audience today? You can find this out by looking at the demographics and your analytics. Second, know what audience you want to attract. By knowing your existing audience and having a clear picture of your ideal consumers or customers. Third, figure out where your audience is going. Have a clear picture as to what they're doing online and where they're going. Next, figure out what type of message will respond most with your audience. Ask yourself if you're trying to inform, entertain, or persuade. What do you want your audience to understand or do? And lastly, and most importantly, learn ways as to how you can get the most effective message out in front of them. Common examples are SEO tactics, also known as search engine optimization tactics, blogs, paid advertisements, and much more. Again, it's all determined by your audience. Once you've followed all these steps, start following, commenting, and hashtagging. Follow an account that resonates with the brand you're going for. Start commenting on accounts that you aspire to be. Also, don't be afraid to use hashtags. It'll help direct people outside of your followers' reach to your page. Another way to help expand your reach is to join a community, one in which members can relate to common interests and experiences. This will provide you with a support system and hopefully opportunities for growth by bouncing off similar interest accounts. Now, let's touch upon Instagram algorithm, since everyone is trying to understand how it works. It's a common question, and to start off, I'm sorry to break it to you, but only the true Instagram workers know the answer to this question. But here's what we do know. Instagram keeps tabs on everything you like. They're tracking your moves to determine what next piece of content they're going to throw in front of your face. They're also watching your engagement with your followers to see who you are engaging with the most.
LinkedIn is one of the most important social media tools when it comes to finding and landing a job. According to LinkedIn, the top soft skill that companies look for is creativity. Soft skills are the essential interpersonal skills that make or break our ability to get things done in our current jobs and gives us the opportunities to take on new ones. Through your personal branding, you have the ability to show how creative you really are. We have also included some LinkedIn learning courses that will help you spark creativity if that is something you are interested in learning more about. In the digital handout that we provided, there is a checklist of what your LinkedIn profile should contain, and all of these things will help your LinkedIn profile become an all-star page as well as stand out to recruiters. Once you have built your brand, if it is relevant to your industry, you can compile it all onto an e-portfolio. This e-portfolio should be the hub of all of your work and content. Everyone's website is going to look a little different. I just wanted to show a quick example of mine. This is a website that I created with all of my work that I made through Wix. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to follow us on social media so that you're up to date with any news, events, internship, or job opportunities, as well as any other relevant information.